Hey everyone, it's Sarah here. Happy Monday. How's everybody? I am so excited that you're here and I hope a lot of you can hop on because we have something very important to talk about today. Let's see. I'm gonna make sure that we can actually see comments when they come through because sometimes the phone is acting up a little bit, so I can't really see who's joining. Anyhow, if you have been in this online space for quite some times, you might be feeling that there's some shifts happening. You might be feeling that content, the topic, the conversations are becoming very polarizing. You might notice how those who are surfacing to the top are being attacked by those who, for some reason, they don't believe what could be possible. They do not believe it could be done. And in the meantime, while all of that is happening, there's also those who were able to get to the top, to be so-called influencers under pretense of really caring for people, of really creating the results, while, when you look at the numbers, you can see that the actual results are not as impressive as they say they are because they're very selective. Hey Kelly, all of that is really shaking up this industry, and like I said, it's becoming a very polarizing place to be. So today I want to talk to you about how to remain yourself, how to find that inner confidence and trust that regardless of what's going on either side of you, you can still tap into the deeper, greater knowing, higher purpose, greater meaning behind what is it you're doing, what is it you're putting out there every single day. Because honestly, there's going to be people who are going to call you a bitch, a fraud. They're going to say that you're too blunt, that you're too powerful, that you're too masculine, unsocial, too greedy, too protective of your space and your energy. And there are also going to be those who are going to say, you're too kind, you're too sweet, you're too feminine, you're too sensitive, you talk too much, you give too much, you gotta toughen up a little bit. It doesn't really matter, because the thing is, the moment that you start receiving those comments, that you start seeing those doubters, it's the sign for you to dig even deeper, to peel back even more layers, and to keep going even stronger and more determined. Because at the end of the day, it's not easy to be energetically sensitive person when you can see the discrepancy, you can see things and feel things that the vast majority cannot. But it is this innate divine gift that you have that's gonna ultimately bring you to the top, elevate you above the noise, and really give you the pleasure, joy, the privilege of being found by those who have been seeking for you. Because ultimately you're going to be standing at the shore just like a lighthouse, shining the light. You're not chasing through the noise, you're not chasing through the storms to find people who might want to be tugged on shore. You are being found by the ones who are seeking what you have to say, right? Who are seeking to learn from you, and they're come to you. They're going to come to you. And I know how difficult it could be to set the right boundaries for you when through all your life, you have been taught to be kind, to be nice, to be respectful, to be patient, to wait, to be considerate, to suppress your emotions and feeling just so that you don't hurt somebody else. But in the meantime, for you to be able to continuously be the trailblazer, you have to trust yourself, and you have to take a stand for yourself, and you have to find a way. It doesn't matter what it takes for you. You have to find a way where you can say, this is my space, this is my energy, I am protecting it. Because like I said, it might not be easy to be the first person in your family to move across the world, to build a 7-figure business, to publish a book, whatever that accomplishment is that you're super proud of and present major landmark in your life. But imagine that this is just the beginning of where you are especially destined to go. This is where everything just begins. And If you know the movie The Greatest Showman, I love this movie. Last week when the girls were away for their time with grandparents, I think it was Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I saw the movie like 4 times in a row. I am absolutely addicted to the movie, to the message, to the energy of it. And there's a part I'm going to read it out loud. I'm a very bad singer, so I'm not going to even pretend to start singing. But it goes something like that. Come alive, go and light your light, let it burn so bright. Reaching up to the sky and it's open wide, you're electrified. When the world becomes a fantasy, when you're more than you could ever be, because you're dreaming with your eyes wide open, and you know you can't go back again to the world that you were living in, because you're dreaming with your eyes wide open. Come alive. This part gives me goosebumps every single time, and especially the line, when the world becomes a fantasy and you are more than you could ever be. That is the key for you to start looking around and bringing to your awareness that every single thing at one point you desired to have, you desire to create, you desire to experience. I bet if you are paying attention and if you're really conscious of it, you can check it off right off your list. No matter how big, no matter how small. No pun intended, because it's another song from the movie. But a lot of us, we are so preoccupied with what comes next and with how are we supposed to show up next, what we are supposed to do next, that we first and foremost forget to even acknowledge how far we came. And then when we start feeling this tingling sensation inside that's calling us for more, we almost get afraid of it, especially if there's no point of reference around. If no one in your family has done it, if no one in your circles has done it, it's like, oh my gosh, what am I imagining? Or for example, with me uncovering that one of our daughters, probably both of them, but for now it's the oldest, indigo child, right? First and foremost, I was not even familiar with the term indigo child. When I started to research, all of those noticings were starting to come together, all of those emotions that I have felt and what I saw her try to express, all of it started to make sense. But it was not something that was widely talked about. It was not something that was pinpointed immediately. So there's a lot of opportunities for you, just even in your life, to start questioning, what is it, what's going on? I don't have anything tangible to pinpoint it. How can I give it credibility if others doubt in it, right? So at this point, I really want you to think about, what is it you choose to believe? What is it you choose to believe about yourself, about your business, about your life, about your family, about your kids, about your friends, about your community, about your cause, right? Because at the end of the day, we're all construct of our belief systems and the way we were programmed and domesticated and raised, and all the stories that we are told that we take on as our own, all the triggers and the fears, right? And the limiting beliefs. It's like everything is up here. So you get to choose what you keep and what needs to go. You get to choose how deep you want to peel back the layers to really find the core of yourself. And then with that, you get to choose how you're going to show up, no matter what the noise is around you. If you imagine yourself standing in a circle and the whole tornado's spinning around, everything you have known gets torn down and taken apart, you are the core. You are standing in the center. You are standing grounded. You are standing in your truth, and nothing else matters, because you get to choose what you do. You get to choose how you do it, and you get to choose why you want to do it in a certain way, and you get to choose all that you are. So in moments when you might be consumed with doubt, hey Carlin, how are you? Oh, thank you for the comment. In the moments when you are consumed with doubt, in the moments when you are surrounded by naysayers and those who feel that you are overstepping the boundaries and that you are pushing the envelopes a little too far, for the moments when you don't even know if there's anybody else out there like you. Of course they are. If you're experiencing something, there's somebody else experiencing the same thing. But just look at, let's say I have a couple of names written down here. Walt Disney, J.K. Rowling, Anna Wintour, Madonna, Oprah, Jerry Seinfeld, Steve Jobs, Lady Gaga, Bill Gates, Albert Einstein, Albert Einstein, Lucille Bell, Marilyn Monroe, Michael Jordan, Jay-Z, and thousands of others. They have been frowned upon, they have been rejected, they have been laughed at, they have been defeated, but they never gave up on themselves, and they never gave up on the vision that they had. It might have taken them years, it might have taken them a couple of bankruptcies, it might have taken them, going through a couple of divorces, it might have taken them, nursing themselves back to health. It might have taken them isolating themselves from the mainstream to really center ground and find who they truly are. But they found a way, they persevered. And now they are like celebrities. A lot of people think they just came to fame overnight, and it's not about the fame. It's about finding what is that you stand for, what you truly believe in, and every single day make it your mission that you live in that purpose. That is how you shut down all the voices, all the noise, all the naysayers, all the doubters, all the haters. You don't even care about them because you refuse to get to their level. You know what your truth is, you know what your vision is, you know what is the destination that you're traveling towards, and that's what you're focusing on. You are literally like standing on the top of the skyscraper, and you can see way beyond the city limits. Right? You're not chasing around the crowds, avoiding the cabs and the trash bags in the streets of the city, right? Trying to make the right turn at the right street. You are way beyond that. The sky is clear. The wind is just like cool, nice breeze. The visibility is clear, and you have that quietness where you can really, really focus. So I want you to know that wherever you are on your journey, whatever the storms are that you're braving through, I believe that you have it in you to get out on the other side. Again, no pun intended, but it's yet another song from The Greatest Showman. Because you know that you do have the capacity, that you have the capability to make it happen. And thank you for the hearts. Because at the end, if you do feel that desire, if you feel that pull, if you feel that calling, you already have it in you to make it happen. And I do believe that you have it in you to really stand up, to hold your head high, to keep on going, to keep showing up, and to keep searching for the answers and the right support system. Even when your family might not understand it, they are there to keep you safe. They are there to keep you comfortable, and comfort is the enemy of the progress and excellence. And you are not about to be comfortable. You have to get out of the comfort zone. You have to grow. You have to reach higher, further, wider, deeper. It doesn't matter. All of those notifications popping up. Oh my goodness. So I wanted you to be with this message. I needed to share it with you. It was coming through extremely strongly. So I was like, I need to pop in right now, do a live stream, not just type it up. And I want you to know that if you find yourself in a situation when you have a question, when you have a doubt, when you have the fear, it is natural. It is a natural reaction because it's something you have not done before. But again, even if you go skydiving, right? You can't expect your parachute to open if you're still sitting in the airplane. You have to jump. And making that leap, that is what's going to separate you from the crowds. And again, I'm speaking from experience. I have taken many of those leaps. Sometimes I could see the safety net underneath. Sometimes it was like jumping off a cliff into a clouds underneath, not knowing what to expect. You just know that you have to do it, and you just know that whatever is there down there, it's a better option than where you are right now. Don't wait for it to be too uncomfortable. Don't wait for it to be too late. Don't wait to burn out. Don't wait for a heart attack or some illness or disease to be a wake-up call. Don't wait for circumstances to bring you to your knees, like divorce or bankruptcy or a nervous breakdown or anxiety attack or whatever it is, or a car crash. You have to choose. You get to choose, and you can choose it right now. It's as easy as it is. So let me know if there's any way I can support you. Let me know if you are looking for any resources, or if you would like me to step really in the space where you are right now and take you by hand, step by step, to where you know you could be. Thank you so much for joining me, and again, I choose you because I know you have it in you. Question is, do you believe that you have it? Take care.